The group members are John Jester Maldonado, Sydney Vargas, Miguel Luzuriaga, Baby Lourdes Tenorio, Rayzon Carranza, Joyce Madlambayan, Aileen Elyama, Jessica Malinas, and Sheila May Doroha. Introduction to the study.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am John Jester Maldonado, and I will be doing a presentation about the study topic, relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. So, in this quantitative study, the researchers examined that the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction using product cost and product safety as mediators. The US automobile industry was the focus of this study because of the loss of customer satisfaction attributable to product quality, product cost, and product safety of US automobiles. So in this study, the researchers helped to identify the possible parameters and framework for development, which influences the consumer behavior patterns on purchase of passenger car. The data obtained on the level of customer satisfaction may capture top management attention for quality cost and safety programs that can improve manufacturing practices. So during 2013, National Safety Council estimated that over 35,000 people have died in US traffic accident, about 3.8 million traffic crash injuries requiring medical attention, and the number of deaths was the same over the last 5 years. So NSC found that product recalls, car repairs, injuries, and death were due to unsafe product design or inferior product quality. These statistics underscore the challenges of producing quality vehicles while satisfying customers. So, product quality and product cost as dominant factors of consumer satisfaction and loyalty are important aspects in management theory and practice in the US automobile industry. Product quality and product cost means different things to different customers and researchers. Dynamic challenges in managing automobile design, production cost, and product safety continue to emerge because consumers compare product quality cost, and safety features of competitive offerings before acquisitions were completed. So it is also noted that product quality, product cost, product safety, and consumer satisfaction in US automobile market has been recognized as an important subject or research problem in both management theories and practices. However, these factors still mean different things to different researchers and consumers. So, the importance of and the reasons of why they study this topic, because there was a need for research on consumerism to help inform the management of organization to make informed decisions that will affect customer satisfaction positively. It is difficult to learn how to improve the quality of goods and services to consumers while boosting productivity, competitive edge, and market position in the global markets. It is also difficult to study because people perceive quality differently.
Good day everyone, I'm Sydney Vargas from MM3B and I'm going to discuss the continuation of Chapter 1 of our sample research, which is previously discussed by Mr. Maldonado. And the parts that I will be discussing is the hypothesis of the study, significance of the study, scope and limitation of the study, and the definition of terms used in the study. So now let's begin. The central research question guiding this study was, do the consumer satisfaction theory, product quality theory, product cost theory, and product safety theory explain the relationship between the product quality and the customer satisfaction through the mediator variables product cost and product safety? This research question leads the following hypothesis. Hypothesis 1. Product quality is or not significant predictor for consumer satisfaction. Hypothesis 2. Product cost is or not significant mediator for relationship between product quality and consumer satisfaction. And lastly, product safety is or not significant mediator for relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. And now let's go into the significance of the study. The significance of the study reflects the importance of the United States automobile industry and the need to know what makes the customer satisfaction. The primary objective includes examining and evaluating the variables of the study to uncover the relationship between the car quality and customer satisfaction in the United States automobile industry. Furthermore, by using multiple regression statistical techniques, the researcher measured the predictors to find results to boost the significance of the study. And now let's go on to the scope and limitation of the study. The researcher conducted survey through internet with the target population consisting of 77 randomly selected United States automobile customers, and the quantitative methods identified and accepted by the researchers. Hence, they analyzed the research question and hypothesis for validation through test of the data for reliability of the result. If spurious or false correlations existed in the study, then the result may not be applicable to the other nation. And let's go to the last part of the chapter 1, which is the definition of terms used in the study. They have four. The first one is the consumerism, Kaizen, Kanban, and the PSM. The first one is the consumerism. It means it is the paradigm that demonstrates the ideology behind consumers on how they acquire goods and services. And the next one is Kaizen, from the Japanese word, which means perpetual improvement. And the next one is also a Japanese word, Kanban, which means card. And the last one is the VSM, or the value stream mapping, which means it is the process documentation that shows the flow of production process. And that's all for the chapter 1 of our sample research. And again, I'm Sydney Vargas, and the chapter 2 will be discussing by Mr. Luzariaga.
Literature Review.
In this literature review, challenges in managing automobile design and production continue to emerge in peer-reviewed articles relevant to the study. Consumers compare product quality, product cost, and product safety features of competitive offerings before acquisitions. High costs were found to be associated with product recalls, car repairs, injuries, and deaths due to unsafe product designs and/or inferior product quality. When it comes to literature search strategy, an analysis of peer-reviewed articles on the constructs, validity of the algorithms and models that are appropriate to the academics and professional community on the production of automobiles to meet consumer satisfaction on product quality. In theoretical foundation, the researchers researched, evaluated, and synthesized the relationship that exists among product quality, encompassing car quality and customer satisfaction, using product cost and product safety as mediators to identify the best factors that can be established to meet customer satisfaction of automobiles in the U.S. automobile market. That is by Saleh, 2008. For the summary and conclusions, the researchers examined the type of quantitative models and statistical software to identify the population size for the data collection, to measure and test the various predictions of the study.
Research Method.
This is Baby Lourdes D. Tenorio from Marketing Management 3B, and I'm here to discuss to you the theoretical framework of the research relationship between product quality and consumer satisfaction. The central question that will guide this study is: do consumer satisfaction theory, product quality theory, product cost theory, and product safety theory explain the relationship between product quality and consumer satisfaction using product cost and safety as mediators. So, to start, high product costs in the US automobile market have been found to be associated with product recalls or returning of products to the manufacturer, car repairs, user-end injuries, and deaths due to the unsafe product design or inferior product quality. So, the production management functionaries should aim at measuring, understanding, and improving production process and material flow. Goods and services can be produced in accordance to enhance safety specifications to meet or even exceed the consumer labor and expectations to enhance the revenue acquisitions for businesses. Smith 2002 and 2010 studied the effect of pricing in the automobile industry and found that the cost of automobiles correlates with the level of quality, which means that the higher quality automobiles cost more due to the amount of safety features involved, according to Golder, Mitra, and Merman 2012 and Schaefer 2003, supported by Smith 2002 and 2010. Bresnahan 1989 suggested that marginal costs are not typically across all firms. So in contrast, regardless of cost, poor quality makes the consumer dislike the product. That is said by Campbell and Frey 2010, Clark 1996, and Tepstra and Berbaten 2014. Hence, high product quality is inseparable from benefits associated with product costs that do not minimize the product safety attributes to consumer satisfaction associated with product safety, said by Goldratt and others 2012. Producers become cynical enough to think that consumers have no significant role in affecting the quality of the products, according to Saleh 2008 and Venters 2004, because many high-ranking managers do not allow safety committees to implement safety programs. Based on these business practices, managers wait for an accident to happen before they decide to take action, which negatively affects product quality, consumer satisfaction, and loyalty, according to Hu, Wo, and Deng 2009, supported by McManus in year 2009. Enhanced product safety to boost customer satisfaction and loyalty at great lengths, improved revenue acquisitions for businesses, based to Chalotra 2012, while McLaughlin 2010 researched customer satisfaction using concepts of product safety theory and posited that the manufacturers and designers must anticipate any potential harmful consequences when they introduce new products, as their cognizance of the safety issues minimizes to the threat to consumer. Kim and Lee encourage manufacturers, based on their findings, to expand and build tangibles and responsiveness for the enhancement of customer satisfaction and behavioral intentions to boost revenues or earnings to mitigate product costs. Production of enhanced safety products not only satisfy customer but has a greater propensity for minimizing associated with the recalls and accidental acts resulting from product defects as a consequence of the intentional product or manufacturing or inferior goods and services to the consuming public. That is based on Krasnikov, Jayachandra, and Kumar 2009. So, these theories stated directly support or explain the relationship between product quality and consumer satisfaction in which there is the product cost and safety as mediators. Once again, I'm Baby Lourdes.
The results.
Good day everyone, I am Reason Answer from MM3B and I am here to report the chapter 4 methodology of our chosen research entitled The Relationship Between Product Quality and Customer Satisfaction. And here is under the chapter 4 methodology, the first one is the research design. So the appropriate design was based on the objective and the approach of the study, and the evaluation of the strengths and weaknesses of each method. And for this research, the quantitative method using survey design and research was chosen for the study. So the purpose of quantitative methodology is to determine the relationship between the product quality and customer satisfaction. So using this quantitative approach, the researcher asked a specific, narrow question and collect a numerical sample of data from observable phenomena or from study participants to answer the question. To be specific, the researcher used a quantitative cross-sectional survey design research with a multiple regression statistical methods to examine and distinguish the relationship between the product quality and customer satisfaction using a product cost and product safety as a relationship variable in the study. And the second one is the sources of data. So in this research, the electronic communication device named the SurveyMonkey as a medium tool to extract data and where the data was originated. Because the researcher thought that the past decade they have seen a tremendous increase in internet use and computer-mediated communication. They use it as a source of data because they find it much easier and faster to collect data. So the researcher take an advantage with the enhanced feature associated with conducting survey through internet or emails, which are faster than telephone interviews. And with the help of this method, it greatly reduces the time and effort and benefit from the convenience of automated data collection process. And the third one is the sampling procedures. So they identify the target population of 77 from randomly selected US automobile consumers to be analyzed in the study. So they use systematic sampling approach because it is much convenient and more appropriate for the researcher project. And with the help of it, they arrange the target population in the study. So the selected population in a SurveyMonkey will provided a survey with questionnaire for analysis to respond in a central question of the study. Moreover, the researcher will figure out if the respondents will freely contribute and participate to the study. They give them a consent if they freely agree or disagree to take in the survey electronically, and whether if they fall into categories of 18 years of age at the minimum, and it is restricted to licensed automobile consumers within the US.
Chapter 4, the descriptive statistic of continuous variables. Research question is, do consumer satisfaction theory, product quality theory, product cost theory, and product safety theory explain the relationship between satisfaction, which is dependent variable, and the product quality, which is independent variable, through the mediator variables product cost and product safety. So the hypothesis 1 is product quality is not a significant product of consumer satisfaction, and product quality is a significant predictor of consumer satisfaction. So the simple linear regression is to examine the first hypothesis. A linear regression was conducted to assess if the product quality score predict the consumer satisfaction. In preliminary analysis, the assumption of normality were assessed with PP scatter plot, which is C to Figure 7. The assumption was met because the points do not deviate strongly from the normality line. The assumption of homozygosity were assessed with a residual scatter plot, which is C to figure 8. Then, the assumption was met because the points are rectangularly distributed and there is no clear pattern. So, makikita mo sa kanilang dalawa, which is sa figure 7 and figure 8, ang figure 7 is the normality line and the figure 8 is the rectangularly distributed and there is no clear pattern. So in summary, using SPSS software, the three hypotheses were examined in this study with a combination of simple linear regression and multiple linear regression to determine the predictive and mediating effect product quality, product cost, and product safety have on consumer satisfaction. The first hypothesis examined the predictive effect product quality has on customer satisfaction. There was a sufficient evidence to reject the first null hypothesis that there is a statistically predictive effect between product quality and customer satisfaction. The second hypothesis examined the mediating effect that product cost has on the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. So the final step of Barron and Kenny method was not met for this mediation analysis. Thus, the second null hypothesis could not be rejected. There was no sufficient evidence to suggest that product cost was a significant satisfaction of the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. The third hypothesis examined the mediating effect that product safety has on the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. The final step of Barron and Kenny method was not met for this mediation analysis. Thus, the third null hypothesis could not be rejected. There was no sufficient to suggest that product safety was a significant mediator between product quality and customer satisfaction.
Discussions, conclusions, and recommendations.
Hello, I am Aileen P. Alyama of BSBA MM3B, and for the continuation of Chapter 4, I am now here to discuss what Chapter 5, wherein we will tackle the conclusion, the discussion, and the recommendation for the thesis title, Relationship Between Product Quality and Customer Satisfaction. As this chapter includes a discussion of empirical research, analysis, and results contained in Chapter 4, the results of this study encompass a review of the central research question of the study, the evaluation and estimation of the findings from the study, the corresponding implication for the product quality and customer satisfaction that enhances social change in the United States and the global environments, and also the recommendation for future research and professional practice. The fundamental objective of this study was to examine the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction by using product cost and product safety as mediators. The goal included examining and evaluating the variables in this study to ascertain the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction in the U.S. automobile industry marketplace. The secondary objective was to understand the consumer needs in purchasing U.S. automobiles, and the data analysis involved measurements of automobile product-based quality and U.S. automobile customers' responses to market surveys. The interpretation of the findings is the purpose of this quantitative survey was to examine the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction in using product cost and product safety as mediators. The primary objective, including examining and evaluating the variables in this study, is to determine the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction in the U.S. automobile industry marketplace. The secondary objective was to understand the consumer needs in purchasing U.S. automobiles. By a quantitative cross-sectional survey research design with multiple regression and mediation statistical techniques, which is to determine the relationship between predictors and the DV. The performed estimation of the three hypotheses outlined in Chapter 3 of the study is statistical estimation were conducted to evaluate the hypothesis. The results of the estimation were reported in Chapter 4, in which discussion of the various findings and implication of minimizing customer concern in respect to fatalities identified and synthesized in Chapter 2. The constructs for product quality, product cost, product safety, and customer satisfaction reported here in Chapter 5 to address vehicular or cars fatalities to boost positive social change in the United States as a proxy for the global automobile industry. The main survey encompassed 175 final participants. These individuals responded to all the 5 questions regarding car quality, cost, safety, customer satisfaction, and customer confidence. The question fueled the central questions used in this study relation to product quality, product cost, product safety, customer satisfaction, and customer satisfaction. This type of result was an important development for the study because it demonstrates the importance of using robust researcher tools such as SPSS to analyze survey responses. So there are 3 hypotheses in the study. For one hypothesis, they use a SLR method to examine the first hypothesis to assess whether product quality scores predict customer satisfaction. The assumption was met because the points did not deviate strongly from the normal line. The measurement or the assumption of homozygosity resulted with a residual scatter plot which confirmed the assumption because the points were rectangularly distributed and there was no clear pattern. This finding clearly supports Harper and Porter of 2011, which posited the product quality design engineers that they should constantly watch for opportunities to apply their technical knowledge, skills, ability, and proficiencies to create better consumer products that meet customer satisfaction. For Hypothesis 2, a Baron and Kenny mediation analysis was made to find if product cost and mediated the relationship among product quality and customer satisfaction. The independent variable used in product quality, the mediator is product cost, and the dependent variable is customer satisfaction. The assumption of normality and homozygosity were also estimated with visual examinations of scatter plots. Both assumptions were met as the data followed the normal P&P plot trend line and the data were randomly spread in the residual scatter plot. For Hypothesis 3, I performed a Baron and Kenny mediation analysis to estimate and find whether product safety mediated the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. In this analysis, the independent variable was product quality, the mediator was product safety, and the dependent variable analyzed as customer satisfaction. Both assumptions were met because the data followed the normal P&P plot trend line and the data were randomly spread in the residual scatter plot with the support and the confirmation of the 4 assumptions. The results connotes the product quality was statistically associated with customer satisfaction. Hence, the first item of the Baron and Kenny method in the context was met. The results suggest that the product quality was statistically associated with the product safety. A multiple linear regression to measure product quality, the independent variable, and the product safety, and the mediator to predict customer satisfaction and dependent variable. This form of result suggests that the product quality and product safety predicted customer satisfaction. The reason is attributable to the independent variable being significant predictor in the presence of the mediator, whereas item 4 of Baron and Kenny method was not met. The third null hypothesis cannot be rejected with sufficient evidence, which clearly suggests that the product safety is not significant mediators for the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. These findings closely align with the hypothesis of product quality findings on product quality, production failures, and consumers' complaints. The reason was researchers have investigated classical and contemporary theories associated with the need of high quality of consumer products, encapsulating the hypothesis of quality control, product quality, and consumer satisfaction.
Hi, I am Jessica Esmariñas and I am going to discuss the part of Chapter 5, the limitations of the study, the recommendations, and the conclusions. Limitations of the study. The limitations of this research study pertain to the generalizability, trustworthiness, validity, and reliability of the three hypotheses examined in this study, utilizing a combination of simple linear regressions and multiple linear regressions to determine the predictive and mitigating effect product quality, product cost, and product safety have on customer satisfaction. The survey was conducted through the internet. The target population consisted of 77 randomly selected U.S. automobile customers. A statistical casual comparative multiple regression method was used to decide rationale or reasons for consumer preferences associated with automobiles ranging from small vehicles with passenger less than 8. The generalizability, trustworthiness, validity, and reliability of the research is hinged on the results of analysis, showing a majority of participants, 66% from the survey that agreed that American cars are durable and dependable. Most participants, 79.45%, neither agreed nor disagreed that American cars are affordable and less expensive to operate. Nonetheless, higher percentage of participants, 121, 69% agreed that American cars are safe to operate. Additionally, majority of participants, 114, 65% agreed that consumers are satisfied with most of the American cars' features. Most participants, 85.49%, agreed that most consumers understand quality, pricing, and safety of cars. Frequencies and percentage of 5 survey questions were presented in Table 4, Figures 2 to 6 in Chapter 4 in support of the findings. The results showed and confirmed the importance of consumer perception as critical component in the growth and development of the automobile industry. Recommendations. Recommendations for further studies are grounded on the strength of limitations identified to address the central problem of the research study. The problem was that producing quality product and satisfying customers in the U.S. remains unresolved. Negative customer satisfaction and decreased customer loyalty continue to emerge. The reason is consumer compare the product quality, product cost, and product safety features associated with competitive product offerings. The objective for the study was to perform a quantitative survey to examine and evaluate the relationship between the product quality and customer satisfaction, using a product cost and product safety as mediators. The primary objective including examining and evaluating the variables to find the relationship between the product quality and customer satisfaction in the U.S. automobiles industry marketplace. The secondary objective was to understand the consumer needs in purchasing American automobiles. Therefore, an additional study is appropriate to help management or organization to make an informed decision that will affect the product safety and customer satisfaction positively to enhance social change in the U.S. as a global marketplace. This will ultimately help to minimize fatalities reported by National Safety Council. Conclusions. The objective of the study encapsulated the empirical examination of the relationship between key variables of product quality, customer satisfaction, product cost, and product safety as the independent variables, and customer satisfaction as the dependent variable to identify the relationship existed among the product quality related to car quality and customer satisfaction in the U.S. automobile market. The literature examined survey data obtained and quantitatively analyzed confirmed the applicability for engineering managers' obligation to implement the necessary contingencies to enhance product quality and product safety standards to meet the consumer flavors and customer satisfaction. The finding posited in the result segment, Chapter 4 of this study complemented studies that argue that in the US, in general, customer satisfaction is the key to running successful business. Kriboka, 2009. Furthermore, the design engineers need to use skills set based on the applications of enhanced technical knowledge that encapsulates product quality, cost control, and safety meet customer expectations and satisfaction to mitigate vehicular fatalities and injuries. This quantitative research project examined the relationship between product quality and customer satisfaction. The challenges of product quality and customer satisfaction in the US still remain unresolved. Negative customer satisfaction and decreased customer loyalty continue to emerge because consumers compare product quality, product cost, and product safety features associated with the competitive product offerings. The hypothesis addresses the research question, which inquires if relationship exists between product quality and customer satisfaction, and if product cost and product safety influences this relationship. Product quality and customer satisfaction are a critical factor that can promote positive social change. High-quality cars lead to fewer injuries and death associated with the vehicular accidents. These achievements are positive social change for U.S. automobiles buyers, industry practitioners, and other stakeholders, and may act as proxy for the global automobile market.
Questions given by Sir Sabido.
Good morning, I am Sheila Medocaja from BSBA MM3B. I'm going to discuss the Chapter 6 summary and the 2 questions, which are what is the paper all about and how the paper derived with the results or findings. The National Safety Council have estimated over 35,000 people died in the U.S. traffic accidents and about 3.8 million traffic crash injuries requiring medical attentions occurred in 2013, and the number of deaths was the same over the last 5 years. The NSC found that the product recalls, car repairs, injuries, and deaths were due to unsafe product designs or inferior product quality. These statistics have underscored the challenge for producing quality product while satisfying customers. The purpose of this non-experimental study was to examine the relationship among the product safety, product cost, product quality, and customer satisfaction. The hypothesis inquired the extent to which relationships exist between the product quality and customer satisfaction, and if the product cost and product safety have influenced this relationship. The theoretical foundation included theories on product quality and customer satisfaction associated with the product cost and product safety. The product quality and the customer satisfaction was the critical factors that can promote positive social change. The data collected from a randomly selected U.S. automobile users have shown an statistical significant relationship between the product quality and customer satisfaction. However, neither the product safety and product cost have helped mediate the relationship between the product quality and customer satisfaction. The researchers have recommended this study for the related research studies in the field of engineering management, education, and enhancements of professional engineering management practices. An additional study is appropriate to help management of organizations to make informed decisions that will affect product safety and customer satisfaction positively to enhance social change in the US and the global marketplace. This will ultimately help to minimize fatalities reported by the National Safety Council. So, what is the paper all about? The paper is all about the examinations of the key variables of the product quality, product cost, product safety, and customer satisfaction as the independent variables, and the customer satisfaction as the dependent variables. To identify the relationship existed among the product quality related to car quality and customer satisfaction in the U.S. automobile industry. The U.S. automobile industry was the focus of this study because of the loss of customer satisfaction attributable to product quality, product cost, and product safety of the U.S. automobiles. The findings of this study, associated with the need for enhanced product safety improvement, will help assist the engineering management practitioners to understand the rules required of engineering and production line management to be effective in promoting high-quality products for consumer at an affordable cost, which can lead to fewer accidents and fewer car repairs. Number 2 questions: how the paper derived with the results or findings. The researchers have used a quantitative research methods to administer estimations of the theoretical and empirical reliability and validity of construct needed to appraise survey data. The main survey data encompass 175 final participants, and the questions consist of 5 questions regarding the car quality, cost, safety, customer satisfaction, and customer confidence. In the 3 hypotheses, the researchers have utilized a combination of simple linear regressions and multiple linear regressions to determine the predictive and mediating effect, product quality, product cost, product safety on the customer satisfaction. The results or finding of this study argued that in the US, in general, the customer satisfaction is the key for running a successful business. Furthermore, design engineers need to use skill sets based on the application of enhanced technical knowledge that encapsulates product quality, cost control, and safety to meet customer expectation and satisfaction to mitigate vehicular fatalities and injuries that was reported by NSC. The researchers have recommended for further studies grounded on the strength of limitations identified to address the central problem of this research study. Because the problem was that the challenge for producing quality product and satisfying customers are still unresolved in the US, and negative customers and decreased customer loyalty continue to emerge. And that's all, and thank you.